Good afternoon from Saskatchewan. My name is LizaWithaZed. This is my lovely assistant Mike, and welcome back to LastPlays. And today we are continuing with Shadowrun Returns.
Indeed, we are.
After hours. When you return to the Seamstresses Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place, bereft of the normal crowd that haunts it. The fucking fuck!
I don't know why it started doing that.
Why has it started doing that? Okay.
I think you got out all the really important bits.
Okay, fair enough. Who's this creepy weirdo?
The real janitor.
Mrs. Kubota's in the back. Oh, as opposed to Mr. Clean, who's not a real janitor at all. Okay. Is this guy anybody interesting or important? No,
I think
apparently
he's just
not.
another cleaning staff.
Hey, I just swept there. Ah, tough shit. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy cough and something resembling sausages fills the room. Okay, so. Ohio, would you like some... forgive me, Omae, but you look like hell. I've been working, Miss Kubota. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away, no one to follow you. I can tell you have been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? I found some DNA evidence, and I need some help analyzing it. That is excellent! I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I'm certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you, if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. Well, that's weird considering I'm a shaman, but may I take a sausage and that's not a euphemism? Take the whole plate. Okay.
It's not a euphemism either.
Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. What if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. I agree. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% human. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. It's the first rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Not to worry. Don't worry. Not gonna start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. Yeah. And after that, you'd be, you know, hiding out under bridges, doing your hair up all weird, practicing voodoo, typing stupid on the internet.
Well, I mean, it is Seattle. Trolls living under bridges has a long storied
Oh, that's
history.
right! Oh god, I just had a mental image of, like, a troll standing in front of the bridge troll in Seattle going, "That's racist!"
More like, that's racist!
That's racist! Okay.
It's not racist, that's basic physiology. You turn somebody's 9 feet tall with a chest like a Mack truck, their voice is going to be lower.
Well, you would know better than I would.
Indeed, I would.
Emotional.
This is why my Wookiee impressions are better.
Yeah, your Wookiee impressions are better because you are one. He's my emotional
That's cool.
support Wookiee. I don't know if we've ever established. Ah!
On with the game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, the first place I'd go is obviously to the digital word. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network. A digital world, information brought to life. Wow, can you tell that this cyberpunk setting was created in the 80s? Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every moment you make in the Matrix can be tracked. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fizzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker, you can die. Yeah, this really is Shadowrun 101. Which is understandable. Again, you can't expect everybody who plays this game to have played, you know, the tabletop game or the other... either the tabletop game or the earlier NES game or any of the other games. Oh, can I not get into my stash? Okay. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. I don't remember what voice I gave this guy either.
Fast-talking hustler.
Morning! You look like you've been up all night.
That was it.
Okay. You look like you've seen some action, too. Can either of you two do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. However, I can employ a semiconductor chip and could decode DNA using a voltage charge instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. I just read the journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a Matrix run. Will do! Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fry the blood sample. Coyote Blue, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. Ooh. No track! Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And Coyote Blue, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. I'm a used car salesman, and nothing rhymes with that. I'm happy that I amuse you.
You amuse all 42 of us.
What? Oh yeah! All 42. That's right. That includes you, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
I just got a second win. I appreciate and love all 42 of you, just so you know, including you. Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way. I know this is fucking shocking, but I love you.
Okay, enough of making the people at home sick.
What else is my YouTube channel for? Okay, sorry.
Making the people at home head desk?
Thank you so much.
Hey, at least I left your eyes free this time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so which one of these do I do first? Oh, yeah, this is if you need some software. No, I do not, because I'm not a decker.
Yeah, this is your last chance to upgrade your deck or programs before going on probably the most important Matrix run of the game.
Yeah, but I'm not a Matrix dude.
Yeah.
Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? Should I give him the flight recorder?
Who else are you going to give it to?
That's a good point. I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? I don't remember this guy's voice. Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for, say, 20%? That leaves 2,000 for you. I don't have etiquette corporate, but... Okay, pleasure doing business. Okay, well, that's good. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt, and he was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Yes, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research, but let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior terminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I gotta warn you, once we're in, it can get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? I'm a fucking shaman!
Ride-alongs count and trodes are a thing.
Yeah, okay. No experience. What now? I have a Trojan deck here. It's a headband you wear that lets you piggyback me into the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Yay. Okay.
Basically, you're gonna control Johnny.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. I'd actually love to replay this sometime with a decker. I won't necessarily, like, broadcast that, but I'd love to replay this with a decker. Okay, we're in. Your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine it the way it feels for him. Know what? I'm not going to think about that. Okay, so this works on... This arch will take us to the next node. And it did. Okay. Is this anything important?
No. Those are, well, basically they're covered.
Ah. This is where I want to go, right?
Yes.
Is there anything worth exploring down here?
Yes.
LizaWithaZed is defended by intrusion countermeasures. Okay. What about...
Okay, it's not letting you go through these. You probably need to beat these, beat the ice before those will unlock.
Okay. Oh, and that's the ice.
Yup. As well as the other one hiding behind the data stack.
I don't seem to be able to click onto this one.
Yeah, because you don't have line of sight.
Oh, duh.
It works just like real-world combat.
No! No! Oh, fuck me!
I do that all the time. Don't feel too bad. So you do also have an ESP. which is a fancy term for an agent.
Okay.
Basically, it's a summon.
Is it worth it on this fight?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Does it get used up?
Nope. Sorry, yes, it gets used up, but it doesn't have only a limited number of rounds, and it doesn't turn on you and try and kill you.
Okay. Alright. Dice is down. Let's see if there's a match. Oh. Silas Forsberg, deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant. Breaking and entering. Brought in for questioning. Unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. Interesting. Okay. So at this point, we want to go into one of the other... Woohoo! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Autopsy records. Silas Forsberg, subjects found overdose on half a dozen different sedatives, several anti-anxiety medications found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm no next of kin. Puncture wounds found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called police when no one answered the door. Okay. This does keep getting weirder.
So if you encounter Sparky, you can generally afford to leave it for a couple rounds.
Okay, noted. Newsnet 1, return of subject, Silas Forsberg. Body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg landlord noticed a rancid smell, contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body was a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. Man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but then an attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. That tastes all kinds of wrong.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Well, we are in Seattle.
Yeah, I know. That's the joke.
So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy you've met. The Newsnet said he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You in? Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Okay, so... up charisma, new etiquette. I do that. Okay, that's the exit portal. I don't want that. White Sparky. So Sparkies are the ones that I can...
You can afford to ignore them for a couple of rounds. Though on that third round, you want to make sure you have cover. So they don't actually hit you. Because if they hit you, it hurts.
Noted.
That's your aim spells.
Oh, right. I'm very smart. I'm very...
Also a bit of a masochist, apparently. You keep trying to cast aim spells on your enemies.
Well...
One of the things I like about the way they wrote the AI for this game is they wrote the AI for the ice stupider than for the real people. Ice is very predictable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Searching medical records, Silas Forsberg. Go in chronological order. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Okay. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. And that was 2020 to 2030.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And by changelings...
Data missing or corrupted. Contact your administrator for help. Huh. You were saying?
By changelings, they don't mean changelings, they mean elves.
Oh! Okay. 2040. This file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry is the most significant. It's written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He is bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimic speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at his next session. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
What can the matter be?
Okay, so we've checked all of these.
Yep.
So leave medical database. Dr. Holmes, I'm gonna keep going and find out where this goes. Where he works. Watch out! That black ice could fry our brains and kill us. Gotcha. Oh, that's the black ice.
Yeah.
Ow. I've already... So there's no point in casting that again. I'm already up.
Yep. If you look at the portrait, you see a little triangle?
Yep. Okay, that's what that
green
means.
upward triangle is buff. A red downward triangle turns out to be a debuff, surprisingly.
I'm shocked, appalled, and very surprised. This might be overkill. Wait, where did it go? Oh, I'm done. Everything being in combat rounds throws me off.
Yeah.
Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Okay, previous employers. 2045 to 2054, Psychiatrist in Residence, Mercy Mental Hospital. 2040 to 2045, Attending Psychiatrists, Mercy Mental Hospital. 2030 to 2040, Private Practice. That's everything. Bingo, back to meat space.
In the Hong Kong version, they redid Matrix, and if you're not in combat, you can jack out without having to walk it.
Who the fuck are all of these people? Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck to find that the Union's safe house has risen.
I love the implication that this entire little merchant bazaar lives here.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of really weird.
The Seamstresses Union is a very useful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gameplay-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, it's got holes I could drive a lab through.
David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match. We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead Chop Shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories. What do you think is going on here, Coyote Blue? Maybe Silas faked his death. That's a distinct possibility. What was it we saw in the autopsy report? The face was so mangled they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch. That matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a set of replica teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. But why would he need to go through those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor. Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental. And the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown. The same person his DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Please pay him my respects. I always find that high-caliber rounds get the mission. I always find that high-caliber rounds get the message across. That's true. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. Translation: it's a run.
It's a run.
I sideloaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. Thank you. You're not coming? I think my part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand into a hornet's nest, but I'm a little more wary of the jobs I take these days. Yeah, thanks. That's very encouraging. So, higher runners, I clearly want to talk to, you know, Delilah!
I don't know how you can forget that name.
We're not in New York City. It doesn't work as well when I'm wearing headphones.
It's true. It doesn't. You earned a fair amount of karma from those.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was gonna do karma and gear.
You do karma and gear. I'm going to visit the little Wookiees room.
This is the coffee mug he drinks out of, by the way. I just wanted to share that with the internet.
I already did.
I can't speak. I drink out of a TARDIS, but... I mean, not today, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen me drink out of a TARDIS. Anyway. Ugh. Despite the hour, Buster has fastidiously put together another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, I've got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Ew. Maybe there's something in this batch you'd be interested in. I fucked up that guy's voice. How long have you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see here. I left Cal Free July 8, 2038 at 6:13 in the morning. It was a Tuesday. It was a Thursday. From there, I wandered a bit. Piled my skills as a merc in a half-dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take to running the shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might still be doing it today if I hadn't lost the arm. That replacement looks up to the task. What, this here? No, this is a more recent upgrade, thanks to Doc Castle over there. For a while I was sporting something a good deal clunkier. I kept the old one in back, as a reminder. It was all so stupid. Some Avsies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back, and didn't it just figure that the one I grabbed ain't a smoker. Don't play catch with grenades, kids! Fucking... fuck. I got it off, but only just barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember the moment by as well, but the arm was the big one. So take a word from advice from an old soldier. Make sure you're never holding a grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. It's good advice. It's good advice, kids. Now, if I haven't given you reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get you? Well, let's see what you've got.
So, in the Hong Kong game, they have a cyber arm with an industrial electromagnet in it. That lets you catch grenades and throw them back.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, is this an SMG?
Yeah.
But, ranged combat 4.
You're one short and you have a bunch of karma you haven't spent.
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy it sight unseen. I don't think that's a good idea.
That's fair.
Nice gun upgrade.
He, I think, only ever gets basic medkits. For anything better, you have to rely on the doc.
Okay. If he's got new shit, chances are... There's a cockroach in my eggs! That's the protein boost. Ah! I'll have the pancakes. Yeah, no shit! Ugh, okay.
Needs dignity. This is a video game.
Exactly. Besides, I actually kind of like the bunny mask look. Because I'm weird.
You're a mohawked coyote shaman. It kind of works for you.
I might as well sell my old gun, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't sell what I'm wearing.
Not what you're wearing. You can sell your equipped gear, but you can't sell what you're wearing.
Okay, well, I only want to sell the gun.
This game absolutely refuses to let you run around anywhere.
Darn!
It's the only way I can explain the way they treat outfits separate from everything else. Well,
see, this is a vast improvement, in my opinion, on this.
You're not wrong.
I mean, yes, the bunny mask, but I am a coyote shaman.
I wasn't super thrilled wearing that with Ghost. But...
Well, no, but Ghost actually has, you know, things like dignity and style, which are not things that Coyote Blue has ever had in any incarnation.
This is true. This is true.
Whereas Ghost is the one who's based on the Equalizer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert McCall wouldn't be caught dead in a bunny mask.
Well, maybe dead.
That'd be a hell of an Equalizer episode.
Until we see Cosmere putting it on after.
Okay, what do you got for me? Algernon looks the same as always, so much so that one may wonder if he ever takes time to eat or sleep. Perhaps his presence on this plane of existence is insubstantial enough that he isn't subject to such base needs. Or perhaps he just does these things when no one is looking. Dark clouds surround you, my friend, but perhaps there's something I could provide that would help you with whatever weighs so heavily upon you. What's new in the world of magic, Algernon? The spirits are stirring. Something has upset the natural order. There is something new. Different. Something new every day. What is it this time? Would that I know. The spirits speak in riddles. They leave me with more questions than answers. But there is something else out there. Something not born of life, as other spirits are. Too often this world leaves us confounded. I pray I have not left you in such a state with my idle musings. Please, can I be of service to you today? Yeah. Liza's pretty sure they know what he's talking about. But, again, Liza knows things about this setting that haven't been revealed yet. So.
Well, not in the game.
In the game, I mean, yeah.
I've been giving hints to the audience. Because I'm a jackass.
Yeah, he is. Let's see what you got.
Like, sell those spells, and that's... Sell the spells that you're replacing.
Okay. Now, who did I want to talk to for the next part of the run?
Delilah upstairs.
Right. Oh. Oh! Delilah is apparently not upstairs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. After...
Well, hey there. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Discreet service only. I need to hire a crew. Okay, that looks like... That looks like my,
Okay. So... Yeah. We're at the time, this run's gonna take at least a half hour.
Okay.
Maybe 45.
Hmm. You know, honestly, I'd rather have one long episode than 2 short episodes.
Your call. Your channel.
for joining me today. Like this video if you liked it, comment if it made you think, share if you know someone else who think would like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. That's it for now, and I hope I see you again next time.